Good morning, students. Welcome back to my channel Molecular Mysteries. Hope you're all following my class regularly. In the last class, I've already discussed about the adrenal glands and the hormones produced by the adrenal gland. In the thumbnail, you have already gone through that this class is all about the pituitary gland. So, what is pituitary gland and what are the hormones that are produced by the pituitary gland? Let's discuss in this class. Pituitary gland is considered to be the master gland of all the glands because it controls all the hormones in the body, and it is the one which controls when the organ has to produce that particular hormone. Okay, so in this class, let's talk about the location of pituitary gland, what are the hormones that are produced by the pituitary gland, and also the irregularities and the deficiencies that are caused if there is overproduction and underproduction of these hormones. Okay, now let's get into the class. So this class is about the pituitary gland. So this is the master gland of all the hormones. And see, where is the location of the pituitary gland? Pituitary gland is a small ovoid gland present in the small depression called the sella turcica of the skull. It is connected to the ventral wall of diencephalon of the brain through infundibular stalk. Pituitary gland is formed by the union of two main lobes called adenohypophysis and neurohypophysis. So this is the structure of your skull and where the gland is located exactly. Okay, so I told you pituitary gland is formed by the union of two main lobes called adenohypophysis and neurohypophysis. This adenohypophysis produces many important hormones, and also the neurohypophysis also produce the important hormones which maintain our homeostasis in the body. So let us discuss in detail what are the hormones produced by each part of your pituitary gland. So this is how the pituitary glands looks like. Okay, so now let's get into the infundibular stalk is the one which helps in maintaining the pituitary gland, and the anterior pituitary and the posterior pituitary are the two separate things. So the hormones that are produced, let's now discuss about the hormones produced by the adenohypophysis. The first one comes the human growth hormone. So this hormone helps in regulating the condition of a person height and all. Okay, and next comes the prolactin hormone. The prolactin hormone is the one, it's also called the luteotropic hormone because it is called the hormone of maternity. It stimulates the function of corpus luteum. Okay, so prolactin stimulates the function of corpus luteum during the pregnancy. In human beings, helps in secretion of milk after childbirth. Now let's go for follicle stimulating hormone. Follicle stimulating helps in growth for the seminiferous tubules and spermatogenesis in men, and growth of ovarian follicles and oogenesis in women. Okay, this is what the follicle stimulating hormone does. This is also called FSH hormone. Okay, now after this follicle stimulating hormone, let's go into the important hormone called the luteinizing hormone. Okay, this luteinizing hormone, or also called the interstitial cell stimulating hormone, is the one which helps in maintaining the stimulating Leydig cells of the testis to produce the testosterone. So I told you FSH helps in the growth of ovarian follicles and oogenesis. Okay, and now let's talk about the luteinizing hormone. This luteinizing hormone is also called interstitial cell stimulating hormone. In males, it helps in formation of Leydig cells of testis and secretes a male hormone called testosterone that regulates the secondary sexual characters. In female, it stimulates the ovulation and the development of corpus luteum. Okay, so both FSH called follicle stimulating hormone and LH called luteinizing hormone, they are maintaining the gonads. So they are also called the gonadotropic hormones. Okay, so I told you in females it stimulates the ovulation and development of the corpus luteum. So that is how the eggs are formed in ladies, in women. Okay, now let's go for thyroid stimulating hormone. You have already gone through the class. I'm also linking the link in the description. Please go through the detailed structure of thyroid and the thyroxine hormone. Okay, and also the irregularities. So in the last class I have also discussed about the adrenal corticotropic hormone which produce adrenaline, which is also the one which maintained by the pituitary gland. Now, the other important called melanocyte stimulating hormone, which helps in controlling the melanocytes called the skin cells. So, it is also regulated by the pituitary hormone. Okay, the gland is this hormone is secreted by the intermediate lobe. Okay, and let's go for the diseases that are caused due to the irregularities of this adenohypophysis. Now, let's get into that. And the first comes the deficiency of the growth hormone called the dwarfism. So dwarfism includes people looking a little dwarf due to undersecretion of your pituitary growth hormone in children. Okay, and let's go the gigantism. Oversecretion of growth hormone during childhood causes the overgrowth of the skeleton, and thus it results to gigantism. Okay, and you have the next important part called the adenohypophysis. Let's get into the glands that are controlled by the neurohypophysis. They are the vasopressin and the oxytocin. So vasopressin is also called the antidiuretic hormone because it helps in promoting the reabsorption of water from the distal convoluted tubes of the nephrons. Since the hormone reduces the excretion of water in the urine, it is also called the antidiuretic hormone. When vasopressin is released in larger amounts, the urine becomes concentrated and the extracellular fluid is diluted, which leads to the increase of your blood pressure. When vasopressin is released in lesser amounts, urine becomes diluted and the extracellular becomes concentrated, thus decreasing your BP. That is why this antidiuretic hormone would control the diabetes insipidus because the quality of urine thereby increases about 20 liters per day if the vasopressin is released in lesser amounts. That this condition is called diabetes insipidus. So diabetes mellitus is different from diabetes insipidus. Okay, now let's get into the term called oxytocin. Oxytocin is another important hormone that stimulates the contraction of uterine muscles and thus facilitates the easy childbirth. It also helps in normalizing the uterus and contraction of breast muscles and the lactic duct, thus helps in the release of the milk. So with all these reasons, we can say that pituitary gland helps in regulating the growth, sex and general behavior, and is also responsible for regulating the secretory activities of other principal endocrine glands and the gonads. Hence, we can say that pituitary glands are called the master gland of the endocrine system. Hope you liked my channel. Hope you liked the class. See you with another interesting topic in the coming class. Thank you and have a nice day.